my pocket, hope won't rest. 9 to 5, fluorescent lights, counting down minutes, counting up nights. Got a vision waiting when the whistle blows. I clock out fast, let the other me go. Monday through Friday, steady routine. 40 hours a week in a working machine, but my heart keeps time with a different beat. Got more to do than just rinse and repeat. Working day job to pay the bills, working play job for the thrills. It's the balance that I'm living still. Monday, Friday, 40 hours deep, but my passion never goes to sleep. Working day job to pay the bills, working play job for the thrills. Holding on tight to the fire and will, punching that clock, but I'm dreaming big. Building a life that's more than it. Taking care of my husband needs, family thanks to, yeah, planting seeds. Loving the details, meals and rides. Being strong for them, being true inside. Laundry spinning, plans on the wall. Showing up steady, giving my all. Still carving time for the art I make. Every small step is a future I take. To no shortcuts, but I know the way. I hustle the night after hustling the day. The clock keeps moving, so do I. Got a reason deeper than getting by. Jobs to pay the bills, work and play job for the thrills. That's the promise that my spirit feels. Monday, Friday, 40 hours strong, but my calling's been here all along. Working day job to pay the bills, work and play job for the thrills. Chasing purpose, chasing skills. I won't quit on a dream I feel. This grind is real, but so is my will. A bit'll be 48, no time to waste. Every line I write leaves a mark, a trace. I've learned what matters, what's fake, what's true. Now I move with intention in all I do. No waiting around for a someday sign. This moment is mine. So here's to the work and the love I give. Here's to the art and the life I live. Monday through Friday I do what I must, but I build my dreams on faith and trust. Working day job to pay the bills, baby day job for the thrills. It's the balance that I'm living still. Monday, Friday, 40 hours deep, but my passion never goes to sleep. Working day job to pay the bills, working play job for the thrills. Holding on tight to the fire and will. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Gigi. Hey, Vanessa.
Alarm
Good to see you
clock
all.
singing way too soon.
Thank you all for being here for my birthday live. It is my 48th birthday, and I'm so happy. Um, oh my goodness. Where do I begin? I have actually quite a list of things to share with you. They're all good things. And this one, meaning this live, is going to be a little bit longer than I typically am on here. I'll wait for a few more people to come in because I do schedule these to start at 12:05, and it just hit 12:05. And I don't want to have to keep constantly repeating myself about the rules for this giveaway, about the shout outs and thank yous, which I have a list about. And so I'm first going to start off with a little bit as people come in. Actually, I forgot to introduce myself. So this is for the replay. Hello, my name is Evelyn. This is a personal development and lifestyle channel. I tend to share my weight loss journey, my powerlifting journey, and I also, from time to time, talk through very deeply meaningful things. I typically do that by sharing stories from my own lived experience with my audience. And this is a safe place for you to come. Everyone is welcome here, so long as you are respectful to other people who are in the comments, respectful to me as well. But I absolutely encourage healthy dialogue and constructive criticism as well. So long as you can do that, you're always welcome on my channel. And thank you so much. TT asks, "You're doing a giveaway on your birthday?" I am, and I'm gonna share more about the giveaway in just a minute. here, TT. But I wanted to share. So I woke up this morning. I woke up early. I woke up around 4. I think it was around 4 this morning, 4 something. Because I needed to do some. I need to shoot a video and all the things. But I slept really good last night, so I was ready to wake up at 4, which is a typically earlier. But I woke up this morning, and let me show you what my husband got me. Let me just. I woke up and he knows that I love flowers, and so he got me this arrangement. So pretty. He got me this arrangement for my birthday. And then one of the things, one of the things that I love about my husband, actually, it's a weird thing that I love, but I still want to share it. I love his penmanship. So let me show you what I mean. This man's handwriting, I don't know why, but I just love his handwriting. I just love it. And I always have. We used to actually pass notes in the hallway in high school. And I remember first seeing his handwriting, and I was just like, oh my God, like how many guys have nice penmanship? Not very many, but my husband does. So I always love it when he gets me, I get a card for whatever. I have a box that I keep in my closet, and I store these because I absolutely love, I love stationery, and I also love cards. Hello to those of you who are just joining. Thank you so much for joining me on my birthday live. This is going to be a lighter than usual um, lunchtime presentation, if you will. I am just waiting on a couple more people that I need to see show up before I start going through how the giveaways are going to work. And also, yeah, give you guys some updates. So, let's go ahead and start off. So usually, like on my lunch lives, I usually start with a moment that's called shout outs and thank yous. And that's where I shout out a person, place, thing, or idea that has been a blessing to me throughout my week. So of course, it goes without saying, because today is my 48th birthday. Yes, that is correct. 48th birthday. Hey, Callie, welcome in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know if you saw, but I was sharing with them. I woke up and this morning, and Marlon had these waiting on me at the table up front. And so they're so beautiful because he knows I love fresh flowers. So he got me that. And thank you, Darium. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so very much. And I was sharing though that one of the things I fell in love with Marlon. Hey, Legendary, thank you so much for being here. Um, I fell in love with his penmanship because we used to pass letters to each other, pass notes in the hallway when we was passing classes in high school, and I fell in love with his penmanship because I don't know, I don't have very good penmanship, I don't think, so I always admire it in other people. But I was telling people before you all came in that I absolutely love stationery. I love greeting cards. I'm still kind of old school in that way. Like Papyrus is my absolute favorite greeting card brand. I don't know if you all are familiar with that brand of greeting cards or not, but Valentine's Day is coming up, everyone. So I'm giving you some tips here. Papyrus, their paper products are very high quality, and they have gold seal to seal the envelope with. And usually the interior of the envelope has some type of lining. Hallmark signature cards also have kind of like this same sort of thing. But I usually, but actually, I have some that I keep at my desk for special occasions. Um, let's see, one second. Darian says, great penmanship is a lost art. I fully agree, sir. I fully agree. It is a lost art. Callie says he remembers passing them letters. Yes, I don't think kids. Yep, kids do not do that today. But you know what? I wonder if some kid out there brings that back because they might win somebody's heart. Honestly, there's nothing like a good note from your boyfriend or girlfriend when you passing classes in the hallway in middle school and high school. Hey, Jen, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Yes, morning, afternoon, night in some places. It's so good to see you. Thank you all for being here. Um, you haven't seen a lot of the Papyrus um, stores anymore. I only see them at Target. You know what, Darium? That's true because we used to have a brick and mortar Papyrus here on the 16th Street Mall, but it didn't. I don't. I think it actually closed even before the 2020. That is. I was gonna say a word, but I think they still flagging for that. But anyways, we used to have a brick and mortar here, but I will order mine sometimes, and then our equivalent of Kroger, excuse me, the Kroger grocery store is King Super out here, and the King Super store sells them um, out here. So whenever I see like a collection, I'll go ahead and grab a few. Let me show you what I mean because I keep them desk. I try to keep like at least one birthday, one sympathy card or something so that, I'm not caught off guard when people um have events. But like here's what I mean by like their detailing. See, this is one. It's like a birthday card for a little girl. And then they have the gold back. This is one like a get well one right here that they create. And I just love the detailing on it. And that's the brand. Darium already typed the name of the company in the chat, but that's the brand um, that I like a lot. Um, let's see what y'all saying. Just greeting each other. Y'all need to look up the episode. Really? Let me write that down. Hold on. SNL Peppers Font. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Okay, Darium just saying what's up to TT. Yes. So, okay, I'm glad you mentioned this, Darium. So I have borrowed what I've seen a lot of other creators do who are growing their channels, and that I have switched. And so, in terms of moderators doing the moderation, is not necessarily the focus. It's mostly to empower you all to have greater opportunities to seek out each other's channels. Because when you're not a mod, you can't click on somebody's profile and go directly to their channel. So I'm trying to simplify that. My channel is not necessarily a grow and connect channel, but I do very much admire the channels that do that. And so I wanted to implement something similar on my channel to make it easier for you all to find each other if you're new to one another. Hey, Cookie, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that so much, so very much. And I'm going to keep showing because as y'all come in, but Marlon, he got me some flowers this morning. When I woke up, they were waiting on the table for me along with a nice greeting card. And hopefully he'll be able to join us later. He's going to try. Let's see. Yes, he's pretty hilarious. Jen says ability to connect. I do have some mods that mod. Yes, absolutely. Callie was doing the job this morning. When I was live vertical, he was cutting people up. He was doing a very good job being a mod. Right, clear on house rules. Absolutely. Thank you, Jen. He did a good job, right? He did a great job. Everybody keeps asking me like, um, what do I want? What am I doing for my birthday? Hey, Coach T, girl, thank you for being here because I know you're probably working still. Thank you for making time and space for me. Um, I really appreciate it. Um, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat. What's your favorite stationery types? Uh, Tom, Tomo, and I think I don't know. I might not be pronouncing that right, Darian, because I'm not familiar with river paper. Certain weight of paper. Actually, I am funny about the weight of paper. Yes. Um, I actually I actually don't recall the pound associated with the paper. Like, say, when I'm getting something created that I want to be a little bit more elegant or elevated, but it's the one that's right above the level of like the thicker cardstock. The cardstock that is more like Oh, I wish do I have an example? Let me think. Oh, gee willikers. I wish I had an example, but I can be bougie. Let me just telling myself I can be bougie. I'm not 100% bougie, but I can be. And so to me, like I'm always going to pick the quality. It doesn't matter if it's a brand name or not. I'm just going to go for the quality. So um, I can't recall the specific pound associated with the paper darium, but if it has like an elegant watermark, on it that's distinguishable, I love that. And so I love calligraphy, of course, different font styles. The font that I love right now for YouTube that I'm using is A Arboreto, I believe it's called, Aboreto, for my YouTube, thumbnails. I'm in love with that one right now, and I think if I'm not doing, like, cursive, or curved, letters, I really like the simplicity of the clean lines associated with some font styles. And then I also, of course, like when things are embossed. So I want the font to be raised ever so slightly. Like I don't want it to be smooth to the touch. I want it to be raised just a bit. Not quite braille, but I definitely want to feel it. So, anyways, Darium says that was a bit much going into detail, but hey, you guys are getting to know me a little bit better. Let me just say, oh, hello, Golden Girl. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Um, okay, you're working and listening, Coach T. I thank you for being here again. Okay, thank you so much for from calling Milwaukee. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The sun is kind of peeking out a little bit here in Denver today. Um, I actually took the rest of the day off. I'll get into what I'm doing here in a second. A good number of you have arrived, so I'll get into a couple of rules about these giveaways too in just a second. Um, TT is just saying hello to Coach T, aka Tamika. Yeah, I am semi bougie. I would say if I had a word, it would be a made up word to describe like me as my personality type and my style. It would be kabougie. You heard it right. Kabougie. That's a mixture between being country and being bougie. Somewhere in that middle, that's where Evelyn falls. Cookie said hello to Coach T. Darian says, I think cardstock is about 100. Sorry, I used to be a paper snob. I used to like Hammer Mill paper. Oh my goodness, I remember Hammer Mill. And so you said you used to be a paper snob. You have been redeemed. You've been delivered. Because I am not, sir. I love paper. I still do now. I'm not one of those in the workplace that will print out everything, but I will still print out some things. I just love pen and paper. And okay, another fun fact before I get into some other stuff. My grandmother, one of my grandmothers, we used to be pen pals. And so like I still have her letters that she sent me. It wouldn't be like on a regular basis, just when both of us felt led to write each other and to touch base. Move this up so y'all can see over the fun. But we used to write each other because I've lived out of Memphis for well over 20 years. And so she would write me, and I still have those letters. When we moved into this house several years ago, I actually thought I had lost the letters. And then we were going through some boxes and stuff, and Marlon found it, and I broke down crying because those letters mean the world to me because it's pretty much all I have left of her. And so I'm a big fan of letter writing. I'm a big fan of notes because I just believe that words matter so much. Um, so I'm still a paper snob. Hey, Callie is just saying hello. And hey, Ann, thank you for being here. I appreciate you joining. Okay. Jen's just saying hello to Golden Girl, each saying hello to one another. Okay. Let me hide the comments, okay? Because I see you all are just speaking to each other in the chat. So let's talk about how this giveaway is going to work, okay? I was waiting for one person specifically to show up, but if she doesn't show up, it's okay. So At the end, approximately at the end of each hour, I am going to give away the gift card. They're going to be $50 to Express. I believe Express is still having their sale going on right now. Express sells both men and women's clothing. So what I'm going to do is I already have, and I'll review when we're ready to play the game. I'll review these rules again. Okay. I've already preloaded this wheel with numbers 1 through 48 because I'm 48 today. So I put 1 through 48 on the wheel. When we're ready, the game that we're going to play, and again, this won't be until the end of each hour or hour and a half, however long I'm going to stay on here. When I'm going to press the wheel, you all will pick a number between 1 and 48. And I am going to type in the chat because I had to take some notes from Kim J channel and how they do their trivia. I'm going to actually type the word go in the comment section. So the first person to get the number that's closest to whatever populates on the wheel is going to be the winner. You can only win one time. Okay. There's not going to be any double dipping. Okay. Because that's not fair to me. So no double dipping. You also, to win, you must be a subscriber of my channel. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that because I'm going to check before I confirm. Okay. Second, you will need to send me an email from the email that you want to receive the gift card because they're digital gift cards. You need to send me your email to my email address by end of day today. Otherwise, forfeit. And then last, the thing that I'm asking for you all to do is to just pay it forward. So just commit to doing one kind thing for another person. Here's why, because TT asked, he was like, it's your birthday, but you're doing a giveaway. And I'm like, yeah, because I understand the giving principle. I really, truly do. And it's in my heart to do. And because I've been so incredibly blessed, I really truly have. I have a very blessed life. I'm thankful to God for it. I'm thankful for each of you spending time with me. It matters to me that I share in the blessing that, I have. And so what better way to just spend time with you all on my birthday and bless someone else? I think that we are created to be a blessing to other people, whether we know that and acknowledge that or not. This is a belief that I have. And so I want to spread the love. There's a lot of momentum going on right now. I feel like in YouTube, some of it good, some of it not so good. So if we can advance forward the good and be a part of the good for someone else, I think that that is the most meaningful thing that I can do. And honestly, it brings me great joy to do it. So, yes, I believe in giving on my birthday, and I'm excited to I'm excited for the giveaway here at the end of the first hour. Okay. Are there any questions about how we're going to do the giveaway? Shayna, hey, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Um, okay, and is agreeing, just saying, preach, coach. Yeah, and some people, like, I don't have a scarcity mindset. I just don't. I thank my mother for that. So let me give you one fun fact about me. So when I was growing up, I told y'all I'm super churchy. Okay, I'm a church girl at heart. I can't get it. I just, it's just part of me. But when we was growing up, we didn't have cable. The whole time we grew up, my mama never got cable. But we did have, for those of you who are old enough to remember and who had Christian TV, we had Praise the Lord with Tammy Faye, Jim and Tammy Baker on the TV. Okay. We had TBN, Trinity Broadcasting Network, with Paul and Jan Crouch. And my mama, I love my mama. She used to have that TV on TBN or PTL 24 hours a day in rotation. Now, when you a kid, you don't really care, it's what your parents do. But when you become a teenager, I wouldn't invite friends over to the house and stuff like that because you'd be kind of shamed. It's always somebody preaching, speaking in tongues on the TV, laying on hands, people falling out and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the bottom line is I really did like truly grow up like for real saved. For real. And my mama didn't play that. We couldn't listen to secular music. We had to sneak. Well, I was a sneaker. So your girl used to sneak and listen to stuff. But it has a lot to do and it's attributed to like who I am as 48-year-old Evelyn. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that if you are acquainted with Trinity Broadcasting Network, TBN, and PTL, praise the Lord, then you will recall how much giving is talked about on those networks. Yes, Tammy Faye with the big eyelashes. Come on, Golden Girl. Thank you. Thank you for co-signing. And I know some of y'all in this chat know full well what I'm talking about and might have even had those type of parents. Let me see what y'all are saying. Just saying hello to one another. And was talking about Fred Price. But listen, Fred Price now, I will tell you this. I used to think Fred Price was boring when I was little, but Fred Price actually, he was coming with some real good truth. He really was. Kelly said, your hair is, bless you. Bless you, nephew. Bless you. Because I be trying so hard, My edges are never gonna be straight. My hair don't act like that. You understand? There's always gonna be this natural kink. Oh God. These edges, baby. I got some edge control in there right now. And my hair be like, nope. It do not work on me. It do not work on me. And so I just be like, you know what? We're gonna leave the edges natural and the hair is gonna do what it's going to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh God in heaven. Okay, Cookie saying hey to Shawnee. Uh let me see what you talking about, Darium. I know you know about it. Jan Crouch and her chicken story. She had the biggest hair and that pink hair, Darium. She had on pink wigs. This was before pink wigs was even in style. Listen, church people, let me tell you something. They know how to do it. And come to find out, and if you know, you know, I'm not gonna go down this lane because it's my birthday. But come to find out, church people was really some questions there about how the business was being ran at TBN, PTL too. Y'all have to Google that to find out more details for the youngins in the audience. She says you understand. Okay, you understand the rules. Okay. Yes, and Callie is here. My fitness buddy right there, fitness nephew in the building. Yeah, with them big old eyelashes. Shoot. Okay, people are just speaking. Okay, yes, Fred, right. He was the truth. And let me tell you something for all my Christian friends. Mimi, hey girl, I see you in the chat. I'm coming to you. Listen, Fred Price, let me tell you something that I respected about him. I respected that he had one wife. I know, I said it. I know I did. I it was just too many people doing foolery. You know what I'm saying? You got your first lady at the church, but then, you know what I'm saying, you're looking at everybody's booty. Like, come on. Not Fred Price. Not Fred Price. But I'm saying, like I told you, I was born and raised in church, so I have seen a lot. I have also been in the green room of what used to be a mega church. I don't know if it's a mega church anymore, and I'm not going to get into that for this one, but just know your girl has had some experiences. I really have. So more stories to tell in the future. Jen says we got our parents to stop watching well before they got to the age of sending money to those folks. Jen, so many people sending their tithes and offering. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. Me and Marlon got caught up in this stuff. We did. Sending big chunky checks. Big, it'll take Marlon to talk about that. Let me get off of that one. Okay. Mimi, who is Elevate, is in the building. Hey, Jen, you stop that girl. Oh my God, you awake? Well, Jen works nights, overnights, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, Jen. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Um, okay, so people are just saying hello to each other. Legendary says, yes, I'm in that age group. TBN was my mom's favorite. Believe me, I understand. But you know what? It was some good in it too, though. It really was. It was some good in it. And you know, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Nothing wrong with a little kink. Sure not. Sure not. Oh my God, Tamika, your video was so good. It was so good. Your vlog. At the end, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go check out She is Tamika channel and look at one of her latest vlogs. I think it was from a few days ago. So good. Hey Mia, thank you so much for being here. Tell Mika. Jonathan, you back? Hey. Jonathan, let's see. Hi, Evelyn. I'm coming off social media for a while. Keep up the good work on your channel. Okay, I understand, Jonathan. Be well, sir. We're wishing you well, recovery. And you know I'm going to continue to pray for you. And we'll be here when you get back, okay? Much love. Much love. Jonathan is on a healing journey, y'all. So keep him lifted up in your prayers. Mimi says, happy birthday. Thank you. Here. Yay! I have to take my students out for dismissal, but I just want to say happy birthday. Thank you. Love you so much. Thank you for being here. Mimi says happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Callie was saying hello to Jonathan, who is carnivore. Darium is saying you'll have to watch the Tammy Faye movie with Jessica Chastain did a few years ago. Tammy Faye. Hold on. I'm writing this down. Tammy Faye. Jessica Chastain. Okay. Wow. They got y'all too? Yes, Callie, they did. To the tunes of thousands of dollars. Thousands. Yes, sir. Not all in one chunk, but like over a series of years. That's back when we was like what I call super saved. Yeah. I've had my run-ins, honey. So many stories to tell. Jen says all those folks are just a no-no. Well, yeah. Flying in them jets. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Callie says, sad, Mika. Mm-hmm. All in the name of the Lord. And this is why, like, oof, I want to say this. Let me think. I'm not gonna say it. Darium says so many of those figures we could do an entire Christian TV. Darium, what you said. What you said. Some of my darkest moments happened in the church. But this is my birthday, and I'm not going down that path today. We're gonna keep it light. I grew up Jehovah Witness, TT says, so I'm not familiar with the preachers y'all talking about. Oh, that's okay, TT. It's quite all right. Honestly, you're not really missing nothing, you know, because it just taints what it taints the principles and stuff like that, you know, when you're not really sure and steadfast. And so it's just it can be a lot. Darium says, I remember a very young Kirk, BB and CC, Yolanda Mary doing those shows. Honestly, that's how BB and CC blew up. They was on PTL, that's Praise the Lord with Jim and Tammy Baker, and they were part of the praise team. Jim and Tammy Baker's praise team was some babbage. I'm sorry to say this, but I am going to speak on this. Jim and Tammy Baker's praise team before BB and CC got up on that joint was some whole babbage, meaning they didn't sound the greatest. And honestly, the song, if I recall right, Darium, if you are you correct me if I'm wrong, sir, but if I recall my childlike mind right, the song that really took off for BB and CC and I think got them towards the record deal was Lord lift us up where we belong, where the eagles fly mountain high. Now, I know they didn't write that song. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't write that song, but they did the gospel soul version of the song. And then everybody was watching a praise and worship channel. And then we ain't even gonna get on Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma to be specific, where we talking about Oral Roberts and them. Be quiet, Evelyn. I was a little too honest. Girl, it's okay. We all have our moments. It's live. You know what I'm saying? It's live. Cause everybody's just saying hello, hello. Okay. Hope everyone is having a good day. Them W2, them W2s coming in. Oh, Darian. I already knew you were well versed and educated. This is why I knew I could say what I said. This is why I knew I could say what I said. We didn't have we when I tell you my husband and I like we don't say we say just enough to let you know that we know what we're talking about. Because nobody is here to offend or put anybody to make people feel, condemned about anything. But some of the stuff that was and unfortunately is still being done in the church, the responsibility and accountability associated with leadership comes into question. And I understand absolutely we are all humans, but it's kind of like you the parent, okay? Let's do an analogy real quick. You the parent and you got children, right? And you the parent do something foul, okay? And but you say, but I'm just human. But see, you're in the leadership, the dominant, the power role. So when you're in the power role when you're in that seat, the responsibility is greater. It just is. It is what it is. And if you don't want to take the responsibility, the ownership, the accountability for the role that you're in as the dominant figure, might be time to step aside. I get real passionate about that kind of stuff because it just happens so much to good people who don't have a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And people walking up their light bills and mortgage payments to the church. Ooh, I could get on it, but I ain't. No, 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 no. I ain't. Okay, and as my pastor would say, you learn some truth from the false churches you grew up in. Let the church say amen. How we get on this topic? Because I got so many friends in here that are believers. I'm a believer myself. I'm just not believer in foolishness. You understand? Doses of Shawnee says, yup. Shayna says, okay, vocals. Yeah. Okay, so how I know about some of this stuff? I was on the praise and worship team. When you're on the praise and worship team, you get, how can I say this? Certain access that other people in the church don't get access to, kind of like behind the curtain access, especially if you like a front line singer. Anyways, for those of y'all who know church language, ain't she singing? Oh, look at who came. Teddy, it's so good to see you, sir. The Teddy D is in the building. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Tamika says, I always stand next to the strongest singing voice. Tell me why though. Tell me why in some churches it's okay that if you can't sing, that you're in the choir. I have a major problem with that. I will be the first to admit I can sing, but I'm not a singer. Here's what I mean by that. A singer is like a Yolanda Adams. Singer. Okay, like this is a person who can show enough throw down on the vocals. A singer. Anita Baker. Singer. Jasmine Sullivan. Singer. Um, who else comes to mind right now? I don't know. Um, my mind went blank because it's all over the place. The bottom line, you get what I'm saying. But I am not a singer, but I can sing. Like I can stand next to someone and be on key. They can sing a different note and I can still maintain my note and it sound actually decent enough. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I do miss singing though. I actually do miss like being on a praise and worship team. But for this time in my life right now, I am not called to be a member of somebody's church in terms of brick and mortar. I believe that the church is in me. Like if I'm truly a believer and I'm walking out my salvation, which is a progressive movement, meaning it's constantly changing and evolving, then I believe that if I've already accepted the Lord, into my life, then that should be the light that other people see in me. So I'm not at the place in my life where I need that like kind of guidance, from and structure associated with having pastoral care. Not at this time. I'm not saying that I won't get there because I might in the future, but I feel like there are several avenues these days than just going to a brick and mortar. There's virtual, of course, that I feel like a lot of us attend church to occasionally. Um, but if I'm actually call myself a believer, then my life should be demonstrating it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me get off. Why are we on this church thing? This is actually hidden for some reason. Callie says facts. Darian says, Darian says, haha, do you sing what they sing too at Topeka? Oh, thank you. That's so kind. Listen, let me tell you somebody else who sings. This one right here has a beautiful voice. Has a beautiful voice. The Teddy D does. But see, he too was raised in the church. Aren't you a PK, Teddy D? Tamika just laughing at Dario. Jen says, there is faith and there is religious institutions. These are not the same thing. 1,000% agree. 1,000% agree. And then sometimes we act like when we have church, what they call church brain, we have church brain and seem like you don't understand that religions are man-made. They might be, some of them, maybe, possibly, potentially inspired by God, but they're still like, do we realize that? Like God gave us our brains. We transform by the renewing of our mind, scripture says. Okay, so everybody's saying hey to Teddy. Okay, that's Nightbot doing his thing. TT just saying hello to Teddy. Dr. Shani saying okay. Oh, thank you for you utilizing Nightbot and sharing your channel. Mimi, what you say, girl? What you know about it? She said, I was in the choir, but with my limited singing. Mimi, I gotta ask you this. What voice part were you in? Alto, soprano, tenor? What section were you in? I gotta know this. I will tell you that my voice has changed throughout the years. So like when I was younger, much younger, I would say I was mostly like soprano, soprano two to be specific. And then I'm probably right at still an alto one. I can touch some low notes with training, but I've been out of practice so long that I don't know. I don't know what she can do, but I do love singing and I do miss it. Coach T says, I feel you beautiful. I'm feeling the same way about being a member. Too much happened. Exactly. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. Girl, did you get your jeans? I think they're supposed to be there at least by tomorrow for sure. Okay, I thought so, Teddy. Teddy's confirming that he is a PK. So see, Teddy, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. When you get to look behind the curtain and really see everything is not what it appears to be. It just ain't. And so, we're going to talk about it for real. Let's talk about it for real and quit playing. And quit the playing. Okay, let me go up here. How can I do this? It overlaps sometimes. There we go. Darian says, some folks in the choir sang audience because they didn't sing soprano, alto, tenor, bass at all. Oh, a baritone. Really? I feel like I need to hear your voice. Singing voice, that is. I know you're probably not going to do it because I know you're a little bit shy, but I think that's an interesting fact about you, Mimi. Family church. Got you. Got you. Darian says, Evelyn, you're a soprano from your tone, but probably being lazy in it. I'm not a full-throated alto. I'm not, Darian. You picked up on that good. This guy is so observant. Darian, I'm not a full-throated, like sustained alto, chest voice alto. I'm not. Nor do I have like a gospel. That's why I said I can sing, but I'm not a singer. You know what I'm saying? I don't have like that, the raspiness associated with gospel singing. I don't have that. I also don't have the vibrato. Like when I sing, it's a little bit more straight. And honestly, I think that's attributed to, growing up and being trained more in the classical form of music because I was in concert choir. And concert choir is it's exceptionally articulated. You sound out your T's. You know, there's emphasis on certain words. Your crescendos, your decrescendos. It's very technical, and that's a different type of singing. And so I love gospel music. Absolutely, will always love gospel music, but I'm not like gospel gospel. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Shawnee says, hold on, did I miss something? Shawnee says I'm soprano, praise and worship choir since young. Now can't sing too much due to so many other responsibilities. I got you. I got you. I'm sorry. I'll read the comments before I get to them. That's why I'm laughing. If it's out of time. And it looks like we're coming up on close to time for our first giveaway. Okay. Tamika, I saw you said you're gonna check the mailbox. Okay. And I sent you the tracking number too, right? So if you need me to resend or whatever, just let me know. And I can also check on my end. And thank you so much, Grace, for being here. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And says, if we really want to talk about it, the Bible says, be, quote, holy, end quote, not claim a denomination. I'll leave it for another day. You right on. You right on, sis. Let me put this on the screen. Because y'all know if you're in the vertical, you can't see the horizontal and vice versa. You right on, sis. Right on. Cookie saying hello to Grace. Everybody's speaking. Okay, got to the end of the chat. Okay, before I was looking for one more person to show up, but she didn't show up. But Felicia Marie B, hey, so good to see you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to get ready to do the first raffle. I'm calling it a raffle because I have a wheel. So while you're here, I'm going to go through, let me see how I want to do this. I had really hoped that one more person that I have a special gift for was going to show up. Thank you so much, Hash, for the birthday wishes. Appreciate you. Okay, so we're gearing up for the first round of the giveaway. So, what am I giving away? It is a digital gift card to Express. Okay, let me go over the rules with you real quick. I got one more announcement and then I'm going to get right on the spinning the wheel. So, how this is going to work, I have already queued up this wheel with the numbers 1 through 48, okay? Because I am 48 today. I'm going to press the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, I will show it to you on the screen on this using this phone over here. That's fine. I'm going to type the word in the comment section. I'm going to type the word go, okay, in the comment section. The first person to respond with a number that is closest to the number that populates on the wheel is the person who is going to get the digital gift card, okay? To be eligible, you need to be 1, a subscriber to my channel. 2, you need to email me on the email that you would like for the gift card to go to, okay? You have to do this or you're not going to get it, okay? I'll save it for another day or we'll go to the next person on the list, however. But I need that because I don't want to count on you mistyping and transposing letters or numbers or something like that in the type. If you email me, I have the correct email address that I can just copy and paste into the Express checkout so that I ensure that it goes to the right email address and we kind of avoid making mistakes in that way. Does that make sense? The next thing is you must be present to win. Okay. Now or just if we win? Just if you win, Mimi. So you only need to email me if you are the winner. Only if you are the winner. And then the last one is just an ask of me because today is my birthday. I had a great question at the top of the hour, which is your birthday, like you're doing a giveaway? And I explained, I won't go into detail here, but I explained that to me, giving is very fundamental to who I am. And it makes my heart filled with joy when I'm able to give to others, and my life is truly blessed. And I want to continue the momentum on my life of being able to sow seeds to other people and being a blessing to others because it comes back to us and it comes back to us multiplied. Jen has a farm, and anybody who understands the principles and their basic principles of sowing and reaping or giving in general, then you understand that the little that you give always comes back to you more than what you're showing. And that's not the reason for the giving. The reason for the giving is just because I truly want to be a blessing to somebody else. Okay. If I had enough to give to each and every one of you all, I would, because that's the kind of person that I am. But I have limited budget still, though, because I believe the sale is still going on at Express. I believe still that it'll make a significant difference. All Express uh, has both men's and women's clothing. Let me do a quick word because this came up to me when I was thinking through how I was going to do this. Several of us in the chat are on a weight loss journey. In the chat and me are on a weight loss journey. And you might be saying in your mind, Express don't have stuff for my size. If you are the winner and you have that type of thought, I want to encourage you with something. You might not be the size today, but why not still challenge yourself? And if you are the winner and you happen to be thinking like that, and buy yourself something that might be a goal outfit. It might be something that maybe you can't fit right now, but maybe as you're continuing to lose, that'll be kind of like your reward. Don't limit when there's an opportunity for a blessing to come your way. Don't put limitations on it and restrict it by your own sabotaging thoughts. Okay, it's just a loving, encouraging word because that did cross my mind because all of us are in several different sizes, and some of us in very new sizes. But the other thing I would say too is Express also carries accessories. So we're talking scarves, gloves, uh, for the guys. They sell ties and belts, and there's a host of other things too in the store. Um, so anyway, that's enough for me motor mouthing. Now you all have heard me say that I have been waiting for one person to show up, right? I've been waiting for one person to show up, and that person is Michelle from Michelle's Mirror. Okay. She does not have to participate in this giveaway because I am going to gift her a $50 Express gift card as well. In addition to the other two $50, I'm gifting her that because I appreciate her so much. She absolutely has a servant's heart, probably sometimes to a fault, but she has a servant's heart. And I just believe when you see people who are just giving and giving to others, it's very important to give back to them. So I just wanted you all to know, and Michelle, if you catch the replay, I appreciate you so much. Every time you show up on my channel, when I'm at the gym early, a lot of times you're there. I just want to say thank you so much just for your service to other people, not just on the virtual YouTube, but also in real life. So I will get with you. I have your email because you emailed me once. And so I will get to you and let you know that that's what we're doing. And thank you for being a blessing to my life. Okay, let's see. One comment came in giving away anything on your birthday is amazing. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Callie. Carol, the girl miniature. Hey, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for wishing me happy birthday. Okay. Are there any before we get this wheel, before I do it, are there any questions about eligibility or rules for the digital gift card to Express? Any questions? Hey, Marjorie, thank you for being here. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Okay, people are just saying hello. I'm just gonna, because sometimes it's hard to, the typing is a little bit slower. I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. If I don't see any questions, I am gonna go ahead and spin the wheel, and then I will type go. And remember, your number, whatever number you guess, needs to be under the word go for it to count. Okay. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel. Let's see if it'll show you. Okay. Let me see here. Lord, y'all know I be needing my glasses, child. Okay. All right, it's spinning. Okay. Okay, we have a winner. Let me just go ahead. Okay. I'll wait till the chat slows down to show you all what number it landed on. And we will go with the number that is closest. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this gift card? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this gift card? Okay, see the comments starting to slow up a little bit. We still got some guesses. Some of y'all guessing multiple times. The wheel only went to the number 48. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to see guesses more than one time. Okay. Michelle says she's listening but can't type. She appreciates you very. Oh, okay. Thank you, Harjarain, for letting me know that she's listening. Okay. Is everybody, looks like everybody has it in. I see it stopped. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up right under go and see what numbers we have. Oh, are people still putting numbers in? Let me check. Okay. Okay. There's multiple guesses. Let's stop the guessing, please. Let's pause on the guessing. Okay, let me scroll up and I'm going right up to where the go is, and we're going to go through these really quick. I'll also show you the number that it landed on. Okay. Multiple guesses there. Okay. Y'all guessing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50 times. Sorry to scroll through. That's what's taking me so long. Oh. There we go. Okay. So this is the go. Okay. So I'm going to start there because the first person I have under go is Felicia. The number that came up on this one, can y'all see that? It's 32. So the closest to 32 is going to get it under the word go. The first person now. So let's go through and see what we got. So I have Felicia at 17. Okay. Mimi at 24. Oh, we have a winner. Woo! Kelly! Yay! You can get something for yourself or your wife. 32, Callie. All right. Let me write this down. Callie. Congratulations. Okay, don't forget, when you get a chance, please send me your email to my email address, which I'm about to put in the chat right now. beautiful.iamcolored@gmail.com. Okay, Callie, I just put my email in the chat for you. Please email me by end of day today, okay? End of day today. And I will email you with the gift card. And hopefully you can get you something really nice at Express. Congratulations, Callie. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Okay. Okay. Oh, Mimi says you put it in too late. I'm sorry. We'll have another giveaway though. I got one more. I have one more left. Okay. One more. Let's go up. I had to like take away so much stuff that was hooked up to my computer because remember how my stuff was glitching? I think because I had so much stuff attached to it. Thank you all for participating. I really truly do wish that I could had some enough to give all of you, but sometimes that's how it goes. Okay. Hardring says that was fun. The first number, laugh out loud. You can't make this good energy up. It's true. I feel like just said low. Let me scroll up just a little bit, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, people saying congratulations to Callie. Congrats, Callie. Congrats, congrats. Thank you all for being such good and encouraging sport. Hey, Corey, thank you for being here, girl. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Guys, I fell in love with a new content creator. Her name is Corey from Corey's World. And I just love her content. She does like these blogs. Corey, if you're concerned about like not seeing everybody's comments, it's because I'm doing StreamYard and I'm streaming both horizontally and vertically. And so when you stream in this capacity, uh, the people in vertical can't see horizontal and vice versa. Um, it's just one of the glitches associated with it. But you all check Corey's World out. She does really good content. She has a beautiful smile and a beautiful spirit too. Um, I'm very much enjoying it. Okay. All right, let's get on with the get on. So I told y'all I'm gonna have sushi tonight. Um, okay, in remember in what was I about to say the haul that I did, and I was talking about in the video that I needed to get some alterations done. So I'm gonna take because I don't know about some of y'all, but like on this weight loss journey and stuff, like you might have still like some clothes that you can fit, but they just still like not fitting it properly in certain areas. So a couple of those bottoms that I had bought, because I always have an issue with the waist gapping up in the back. Um, when I got like these ones from Zara, these are the ones that I had on with I think these are the ones I had on with the K Swiss, the ones that had the leg at the bottom like this. But I didn't like how I was noticing in the video how the back where the booty part is and the seam, this part, you know what I'm saying, like was sticking out in the back because my waist is so much smaller than my hips. So thankfully, I took the rest of today off. So before I go to get my facial, because I did schedule that for this afternoon, I'm gonna come to y'all in the comments in just a little bit. But before I go to my facial or right after, I'm gonna go by the ladies' store to get those altered, and then actually it was all of the pants that I tried on. It was all of the pants, including these from Express. The work pants that I got, the editor wide leg mid rise ones in a size 12. They looked good, but again, I had like the same issue in the waist. So I wish I would have paid more attention, like or took home ec or something back in the day. But I know they're gonna have to like cut down here and then minimize it in a way that it actually fits my waist and it's not and I don't have that gap. So if you're trying to save some money and not buy a whole bunch of clothes, I highly recommend alterations, especially if you have pieces of clothes that you really like. And then the other pair that I'm gonna take her three pair of pants were the gray ones. The same thing with these two. Like, and these have like a little bit of elastic in the back part of these pants. But even with the elastic, it's just, I want them to be like that baggy look, but I don't want it to be so much so that it look sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all get y'all clothes altered at all? And then I'm gonna come to the check. Let me just put these in the bag and I'm gonna come back to the check. I have one more gift card to give away, and I'll be giving that one away. I'm gonna have to wrap up, so I'll make sure I'm on time for my facial appointment. Let's say we're gonna do the next giveaway at let's say between 1:40 and 1:45, okay? Because I know how it is with the chat. People be in and out. So I'm just letting you know because you do have to be present to win. So I'll do it between 1:40 and 1:45. And I'm coming right over to the chat and just putting this back up. And then I have one more thing to show you. And I have some other news too that I want to show you. Vanessa already knows because I messaged her, not messaged her, I responded to her in a comment. But I have a couple more things I want to share with you. But let me check in the chat first, see what y'all doing. Okay. Mimi said Callie cheated like he doing Uno. Evelyn, that color looks great. Oh, thank you, Harji. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the compliment. Hey, TT is just speaking. Callie said he's laughing. Good energy. Good energy, Mimi. Me. Me 2 times. I love all the creative ways to say Mimi's name. Just saying hello, hello, hello. I don't, but that is okay. So, Harji, you don't get your clothes altered, but it's a great idea. Man, if you have somebody in your family who does it, oh my God, you so blessed. And I would pay them. I would put them on payroll. Do you hear me? If I had somebody in my family who did alterations that lived here, we don't have a family here in Colorado, a family. But if I did have somebody, oh yeah, they going on the payroll. They about to get employed if they wanted to. Hi, Andrea. Good to see you again. She said, my issue is I'm recomping, so I don't know if I should get things altered now or wait a little while longer. You know what? I think that's sorry, whenever I put a comment up, it switches. But I think that's a good point, Andrea, because it's like at what point do you invest in the alterations? And at what point do you need to, let me just make a note to myself, 107 is where I left off in the comments. And at one point, is it time to just no more on the old clothes? You just need to go ahead and go to the next size. I'm not sure where I am with it yet. Like I'm kind of I'm getting closer to my goal, I know, but I won't know for sure, Andrea, until I go to my doctor's appointment and do like my in-body scan and stuff at the end of February to see where my body fat percentage is. Because honestly, that's going to determine for me, like if I'm going to slow up on the medication or not. And out so, but I got a whole another month before I get to that point. Wait, hold on, let me see. Let me go up to 107. I'm nosy. What's the news? Oh, sure. Okay, I'll share with you, Grace. So the news is dun, da, da, da. No, that was wrong. Hold on. I'm doing my own. I'm doing my own. What do you call the sounds when it's background stuff? What do you call those sounds? I'm doing my own. Whatever the sounds are that you do. Okay. Bum, ba, da, bum. I think that was better. The young adults got the apartment. These folks' move-in date is Monday. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Let the church say amen and amen and amen. I should go to the church where they say amen. I'm so excited. Do y'all know what this means? That my husband of almost 30 years, we finally about to get the house. We're finally about to get the house. I'm so excited. We have been waiting, y'all. Okay, so y'all remember last couple of lives or something like that. I've been talking about being an empty nester for so long. For so long. Okay. We finally got the news just yesterday. And I got it when I was at work. So, oh, I knew I had something else to tell you. I knew I forgot to put something on my list. I had to write it down real quick. I got something else to tell y'all. Grace, do not let me forget. It's a very embarrassing moment that I had on one of my lives. Anyways, getting back to these children / young adults moving out. Listen, They put in the application and everything, right? Remember, first Morgan put in the application, but she didn't quite make enough. So then we had Avery go up there to put in the application. Then he made a little bit too much that didn't necessarily qualify for the area median income percentage that was required for affordable housing. Again, affordable housing is not to be conflated with Section 8. It's two very different programs. But because the cost of living for housing is so incredibly expensive in Denver proper, especially, one of the most expensive places in Colorado from a metropolitan standpoint to live. A lot of people are having to have roommates, etc. It truly is a crisis. I've talked about this before. Well, the application got submitted, and then they were like, okay, call back on Tuesday. Okay, call back on. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, it don't take this long to get a notification. Like, he was already approved for the other percentage level. He makes too much money for that. So why is it taking a whole week? Well, come to find out, they got approved way last Friday now. But the person in the leasing office who was doing their case, the person who was doing their case or doing Avery's application was out on PTO and didn't come back to yesterday. So yesterday we found out that they got the apartment. They got the apartment. Hey, got the apartment. Oh, got the apartment. Hey, oh, hey, hey, oh. So listen, that was the only thing I prayed and asked God for my birthday. And y'all asking me why I'm happy? Baby, she is ecstatic. Ecstatic. Ooh, hit the desk too hard. Sorry. So that's why. That's the news, Grace. That is the news. And I'm so excited. Okay, Andrea said, wait. Okay, I don't know what she was saying like to. Okay, we got Nightbot doing his thing. Felicia Movie Free B is laughing at Grace because she couldn't wait. Oh, okay. Jen is responding to my question about she get things tailored. She says, unfortunately, almost everything owned is tailored. How is that unfortunate? That everything you own is tailored? That sounds like a good problem to me. Or is it not? Am I reading it too on the positive side? Break it down for me, Jen. Callie says, laugh out loud. I can't believe I won. Yes, you better believe it. This is the season, sir. This is the season. Okay? Look at me. Look at me, nephew. This is the season. Okay? Oh, I know you felt that because I felt it. Okay. Felicia says, hey, Jen. Callie says, what's the odds, Evelyn? I don't know, child. I had to work real hard to get B's in math. All I know is I put numbers 1 through 48 on this little digital wheel and press the button. And today, it was your day, sir. You need to go ahead and look on the website and start putting stuff in your cart while you listening to this live. That's what I be doing. But I like to shop. Jen says, hey, Felicia, you make sure you tell Stephanie is your wife's name, right, Callie? It's Stephanie. Make sure you tell Stephanie I said hello and tell her you won. Shoot. Okay. Tamika said, yay. Hard to raise and laugh out loud, but yay. Empty nester in the building, baby. Listen, I usually go to bed early. I get my pajamas on at 7. I'm 48 and I like to get a full 8 hours of sleep every night. And most nights I do. But this weekend right here, honestly, starting with today, whatever my young adults need me to do to expedite and get everything rolled out. When I tell you Monday night, I told Marlon before he left for work, I said, babe, do you understand? We don't even have to wait to anniversary weekend, which is next weekend. Okay. We don't even have to wait. We get in the house Monday night. I could say so many things about Monday night, but I'm not. I know all of the grown people in the chat feel where I'm coming from. You got the house to yourself. Shh. Yes, Felicia, we have to celebrate these kind of things. Glory be the most high. Mimi says, good time, and you can use as an early Valentine gift at Cali. You sure can. That's a good idea, Mimi. Darian saying hello to Jen in the building. Cookie laughing. Carol, thank you. She said, that's wonderful. Darius said, get out. No, no, no. It's not that I don't love them, okay? Like, I do love my kids, but y'all don't understand. Let me remind y'all how old our children are. Remind you. And they're all going to be a year younger this year, a year older this year. These are their current ages: 30, 27, 25, and 24. It's time. It is time. It is time. Okay, Mimi says hello. Thank you, Mimi. It's been a long time coming. Y'all know me and Marlon started early. Okay. Apologies to those of you in the chat who already know this story. Me and Marlon met when I was 14. He was 16. We met on the school bus. Okay. We went to the same high school. Went to the same middle school too, but in middle school, I really didn't know him like that because he's a couple of grade levels ahead of me. Anyways, I met him when I was in the ninth grade and he was in the 11th. And I got pregnant with Caitlin, our oldest, who is now 30, when I was in the 11th grade. I got married my senior year of high school before I even graduated. I got married in February of 1996. Okay. What does that mean? That means that I have never, ever had time with just me and my husband just by ourselves, ever. We were already a family. And then we started having the kids like back to back. They were still babies. So we just have never had the time. So for us to be, Marlon to be 50 in March, I turned 48 today. We are just at that season where we're not so, we haven't matured. I'm going to try to avoid saying old. But we haven't matured in our age to the point we're ready to just sit down and look. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's doing that. We still want to get out, be popping, be grown, do the things that we kind of didn't do early on in the marriage. You know, some marriages have the benefit of not having kids, like maybe the first. And I said benefit because I'm standing from my vantage point. Sometimes that's not a benefit. I want to just acknowledge that. So please, hopefully, nobody got offended by what I just said. I'm just talking about my personal lived experience. But the bottom line is this: we really want to like have, the me time, you know what I'm saying, with us. And thankfully, my husband and I, we actually really still like each other. Like we still have imagination moments together where we're dreaming about things together. So um yeah, I'm ecstatic, okay? Darren says, you're out of here. Yeah, they gotta go. It's time. Let's see. Go there. Darian saying hello to Mimi. Um, Harjarine says, that's how I felt when these kids all went to school. Exactly. Like the house is different. You know what I'm saying? The house just sits different. Like I remember when, we was potty training, like I had two in car seats. Like so the last two, because they're like a year and some months apart, the last two were so close together. I literally had two car seats. Two we had a double stroller, like the one that's built for twins, but because they were so close together, we had them in and people thought that they were twins, but they was just because we was popping them out like this. Child, the house is different when it start clearing out. And honestly, like I probably will miss them. My thing is, give me a chance to miss you. I haven't had a chance. Okay. Our baby boy now, he been on his own for a while, but he'll pop up any given moment because he worked at a hotel not far from the house. So on lunch breaks, he'll be popping up, honey. It's something. I love him though, but I tell him it's time for mom and daddy time. Get Out too, coming to a theater near you, Grace. Callie just agreed with me, B. Callie says, congratulations. Thank you so much. I really listen. I appreciate it. Uh, Mimi says, full of blessings. Yes, yes, full of blessings. And yes, again, Mimi, she says, cost more, 1,000%. Harji saying, hey to Jen. Jen, you're not lying. So the reason why Jen has so many dollar signs right here is because alterations are not cheap. They are not. But I will tell you, them clothes will lay on your body. They will lay. They will lay. And honestly, when your clothes lay on your body a certain kind of way, the clothing no matter how much you spent for the clothing, they have a tendency to look like you spent more on the clothes than probably what you actually did. I think it's a worthy investment if you can have it, if you can afford it in your budget. But Jen, you are not lying. It is pricey. Jen says, hey to Harji. Tamika saying, hey to Jen. Mimi just laughing. See, Coach T, I knew you would catch that. And then why is it? Why come? Y'all know I told you I'm Kabushi, okay? I'm partly country, okay? Why am I seeing numbers way down here? Oh, 27. What's this 27 for, Vanessa? Um, I might have missed something. Grace says 48. You look there. Girl, thank you so much. Thank you. Chilly Chill, you here too? Hey, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day today. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. People saying, hey, Chilly Chill. Um, and hey, right back to Mimi. Felicia says, it was, come on, go on the show now. Sometimes it touch be one, sometimes it don't. If I was an empty nester, there would be a lot of grown. I'm glad you said this, Felicia. I'm glad you said these words right here. A whole lot of grown activities all over the house. So I'm going to, because it's the daytime, okay? Y'all not ready for beyond the surface conversations with Evelyn. It's lunchtime, okay? Why did my husband, okay, because before he left for work, we had to touch base over a cup of coffee before he left. Why he was like, yeah, because honestly, really, since if you think about it, since we've been in this house, we really haven't had a chance to, what are the words, have grown activities all over the house. And I said, but we about to. Yes, older people get sit in too for all the youngins out there. Sure do. And probably better. That's all I would say. The sun's still up. Woo! TT says, uh, it's time for y'all to enjoy your life. Go see the world without any 1,000%. Thank you so much for agreeing with me, TT. I totally agree with you. Felicia Marie B after dark. Y'all know it's certain people when y'all come in the chat, y'all have a tendency to bring out a little bit of that spice in me, just a little bit of that spice that you want to hit people with every now and then. Because so much of my content is so like serious, you know what I'm saying? So I don't show as much, of this side. But please know. And I might not wear a leopard, but I can't act like an animal. Oh God. Okay. Oh, I love spending my birthday with y'all because that was so fun. That conversation was so fun. Oh, she says, haha, yes, Grace. Yes, Grace. Why are people still putting Grace in the it's making me say your name Grace, but I know it's Grace. I know it is. Cookie coming on my face. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's part of being a human being. I mean, it's reproduction, of course, but it's enjoyment too. Why would God give us all of the goodies that He gave us? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Kim J, hello. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Callie clapping up his hands. People saying hello to Kim J. Grace says, spicy. Sometimes we get that way. It's okay. We're all grown here. Kim J says, be right back. People saying hello to Kim J. Callie says, Marlon sick and tired. What you say, nephew? Marlon sick and tired of covering up on his own. This is Callie. This is almost exactly his words. He was like, this is like, and oh my God, my husband, I wish he was here. He was hoping to be here, but there was some stuff that went on at his work. But I cannot stress this enough, Callie. He has worked tirelessly for our family for decades, has done very well to support us. I'm so thankful to God for him. So thankful to God. And so it's kind of like, yeah, people are going to turn all, as the young people, turn all the way up on Liddy Lit. You understand? I plan to be fast. I do. I want to be fast. I'm going to be fast. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm embracing it. Yes, we must do it. We're keeping hope alive around here. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like at 30 years of marriage, like I be seeing so many couples, you come across people and they be almost mean mugging their spouses when they together and stuff. I ain't trying to roll like that. I don't want a marriage to where we sitting up looking at each other head like this. Like you can't stand somebody. No, 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 no. Just because the kids are gone, just because people getting older and stuff like that, don't mean, you know what I'm saying, we can't still do what grown people do and enjoy it, you know? Cookie says, do you know what today is? It's the kitchen day. Hey, in the kitchen day. Oh, that's a good place. Do you know what today is? It's in the kitchen day. Hey, in the basement day. Hey, in the living room. Oh, oh my God, TT, this is the word my husband used. This is the word my husband used. Oh my goodness. Y'all are cracking me up. I appreciate y'all celebrating with me though. Like seriously. Like for real, for real. I appreciate y'all. And just being encouraging. You know what I'm saying? Look how many marriages failing. You know what I'm saying? What if all of us was celebrating, when people got to these, certain milestones and was just encouraging other people like, you know what, like it's not the end just because you hit a certain point in your life. We just beginning this new phase of our life. One chapter closes, another begins. We still creating our book around here. Felicia says, yes, Cookie, Evelyn and Marlon whipping it up in the kitchen. Honestly, he might restore the spirit in me to start cooking from scratch again. Because y'all know I laid my own self off that job because I got burnt out cooking all the time for the kids and they was growing up and stuff. And it was kind of feeling like real thankless. Gotta beg people to wash a dish after you done slayed in the kitchen. But now that they about to go, I'm thinking that we might kind of like you, Callie, like how you and your wife and little mama over there doing the recipes and stuff. Me and Marlon might have to start doing some stuff like that. And I think that's really enjoyable too. Like turn on some really good music, you know what I'm saying? Like while you cooking together. One person is the sous chef, the other one is the master, like yeah, that sounds good to me. Out with Key. Hey girl, what's up? It's good to see you. Girl, I'm sitting up here driving, loving every bit of this conversation. Be careful driving, honey. Can't wait till it's my turn. Laugh out loud. I love this side of you. Oh, thank you so much. It's honestly, it's fun. Like usually when I come, to y'all on my lunch hour, it's because it's such a time constraint. So it's like how much content, how much talking can you get through in, a 50-minute time frame and still be engaging. So in the back of my mind, I'm not as relaxed versus today because I got the rest of the day off. It's very easy to just naturally, talk with you all and kind of go with the flow of what's in the chat and then kind of let, the topic go where it needs to go. But I appreciate y'all being so engaged, and I really do. By the way, if you do like my content and you like my channel, would you please take a time to just like this live? I really appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for being here. It's been a wonderful birthday. I'm very, very excited and I'm enjoying spending it a part of my birthday with you all. I really am. But okay, I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think it's different like with guys' birthdays and women's birthdays? So I got up this morning, I did my workout. A couple of you all in the chat were there, so thank you. I did my workout this morning and I got back up and I took my shower and I went in the room and, you have to change your clothes. And Marlon was like, oh, I felt like you were summoning me. And I'm like, I was not summoning you, sir. What did I do to summon you? And he said the same thing the other day because I had been testing out, what it might be like when the kids get out the house. So, taking only having on my slippers, for example. But this is a sign to him that I'm summoning. So do guys, you think, ladies and guys, chime in. I'm gonna get to the comments in the section in a second. Do you think that is different for guys and women when the birthday time come around? Because you might want a birthday gift. You know where I'm going with this as a guy. But I didn't necessarily want a gift like that. This more than necessarily per se, but that was kind of like insinuated. Anyways, um, I don't know. But y'all know body is changing over here. And husband be like, you looking good. As a matter of fact, let me read y'all what he wrote in my birthday card. For those of you who weren't here, this is the card he gave me. I'll read it to you in a second. And he gave me these. Okay. Because the only thing I wanted was for my young adults to be gone, and I got my wish. This is what husband wrote to me in the card. First of all, here's what the card says. Another birthday, and you look great. Tell me your secret. And please don't say it's diet and exercise. And then in his beautiful penmanship, he said, Happy birthday, Evelyn. You look absolutely amazing. At 48 years old, you are in full bloom, and it is inspiring and beautiful to see. I celebrate you today and align my faith with yours in love and support. I'm looking forward to witnessing what this year has in store for you. Love, Marlon. And of course, I'm going to be around here every room. Do you understand? I have a very good man in my life, and I'm thankful for him. Every room. Okay? Got to. When you got with somebody like that, you better take care of them. Somebody else will. That's a topic for another day. Callie says, I understand Marlon work hard. I'm sure. He do. He do. And sometimes he is just at the stage at 50, almost 50 years old, where he is realizing that he is deserving of a break, and PSA, if you have a very strong man in your life, he is a provider. He go hard for your family. He go hard for your whatever. Encourage them to take care of themselves. We talk about self-care a lot as women. Very openly, we encourage each other. I don't know that we do justice for the men in our lives and encouraging them to do the same thing. They need it too. They might need it in a slightly different way than us, but encourage them to prioritize themselves, because men, and I would argue especially Black men, because of some of the psychological damage that systematic issues in this country have played on them, they really need us to encourage them to take the breaks and take care of themselves. So that was just a PSA. We are about 10 minutes away from the next giveaway, which I will get to in a second. I'm keeping up with time over here. Thank you all for being here. Key says, Happy birthday. Thank you, Key. Remember when I called you Kai and you was like, it's pronounced Key. I needed that check because now I remember it's Key, not Kai. Hit every script. You giving us a job, Mimi. Listen. I don't know if my husband watching or not, but babe, you see all this support we getting over here, encouraging us. I love it. Kids don't listen to the replay. I did said it. It's not for kids. It's not for kids. But then again, some of these kids be teaching grown people things. That's the world we living in today, y'all. It's kind of wild out here. Callie says, start it up. That would be dope. Okay. Felicia says, I feel you, Evelyn. Me and my husband still love and enjoy each other. Exactly. And it's a blessing. It really, truly is a blessing. Happiness says, glory. Yes. Nothing will get cooked in my kitchen if it's hubby and I. But you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Although, Tamika, we don't want to hurt them. All these squats and lunges and stuff people doing, we way stronger than we was before. You don't know what I'm saying? You don't want to hurt them. I know that's right, Tamika. Felicia says. Cookie says, not even a bun in the oven, Coach T. I'm so glad we passed childbearing. Oh my goodness. Hey, Linda, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. She says, happy birthday. Have a joyous day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Harjarine says, yes, indeed. I told my son that it is a man's pleasure to be able to take care of his family. It is. If he does nothing else in his life, that is good enough for him. It is a pleasure. I agree, Harjarine. Linda says, you better work from the rules, girl. Cool beans. That's so lovely, Evelyn. Enjoy your husband and his compliments. I miss my husband so much. Keep that fire burning, sis. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. And Tamika is just laughing. And then Linda is speaking to everybody. Okay. Remember earlier, a few minutes ago, I got only 2 more things to share before we have our very last round of spinning the wheel and guessing the number for the second $50 gift card to Express. I will review the rules again just because it's okay. Y'all know I have a teaching degree, one of them anyway. So it's very good to repeat because there's been some time since we had the first round. But before I do, I wanted to share this. I had a oh my God, very, very embarrassing moment on one of my lives, but I didn't know it was an embarrassing moment. And was it Thursday's live last week? I think it might have been Thursday's live. Yes, Mimi. I'm on it. I'm telling y'all the story right now. So I believe it was Thursday's live. Everything was going fine. It was my typical, lunchtime live and everything, right? And somebody pops in the comments because see, one of the things when you go horizontal and vertical at the same time, even though y'all can't see each other's comments, I can see everybody's comments from StreamYard, right? So I hover over a comment that was in the chat. Let me write the word down because I have since found that this is not a good word. Somebody put this in the chat. I'm going to say the sentence. I'm going to show y'all the word. I think it's going to do like the mirror reverse here. Here's the word. Here's the word. Okay. Can y'all see that? Okay. This is a word. And the sentence around it was, can you this word for us, auntie? Now, my dumb tail, my God, today, my dumb tail, because I'm so green, I told y'all, Kabuji. Born and raised in the church. I don't have a lot of street cred, none of. Now, Marlon, whoop, his story is different. He probably knows what the word means, but he was not here to help me, okay? So my dumb tail goes to the comments, just like how I'm pulling over. See? So for example, just like how I'm pulling over the comments. See? Now it's hovered over you where you can see it bigger. Darium, you see how I'm doing this, right? The person said, can you do that word for us, auntie? I pulls it over to the screen, like how I got Darium's comment up right now. And my dumb tail goes, anybody in the chat? Like, I was like, I actually don't know if this is a good word or not, but based on the context of the sentence, I'm assuming it's not a good word. But can somebody in the chat tell me what this word means? Friends, why did y'all leave me hanging? Some of you all were there and saw that word in the chat. You saw me move it over. OMG. Now, keep that part. This story does not end. This story does not end. So the word, okay, was still in the back of my memory bank. So yesterday, my boss and one of our deputies, yes, it was Auntie. Yes, Mimi. This story gets worse because of this girl over here is green. Okay, green, 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 green. Yes, it gets worse. So yesterday I'm in the office. Auntie is listen, the auntie part I wasn't even tripping on. I actually embrace being called auntie. I'm a auntie in real life. I'm calling some of the young guys like Callie, he's young enough to be my son. So you get called nephew. You know what I'm saying? So I embrace the auntie part. It was the other word that I didn't know what the definition was that got me. You feel what I'm saying? I see y'all in the comments. I'm coming to you. Let me just mark where I am. Okay. So this story gets worse. So, like I say, I'm at the office yesterday. I have an amazing supervisor. She called me today and sang the Stevie Wonder version of Happy Birthday. Okay. I have an amazing supervisor who I trust and she trusts me. Like, couldn't ask for a better relationship. So she and one of our deputies treated me to lunch. So we just, they know about the kids moving out and everything. We have a very good relationship. So we tripping out at the lunch table, eating, the carne asada tacos that they bought me and stuff. We at the table. Um, but even before that, I had stepped into my boss' office to ask her a question, and she was telling me about a word that her daughter used. Now her daughter is in middle school. Okay, her daughter used the word. She said something like she was cooking at school today, and my boss was explaining like, well, what do you mean? Like y'all don't have a cooking program at school. So that prompted me to remember this word that happened in my chat because her daughter used a word that she didn't relate to. So my dumb tail, again, this is a conversation with my boss, who is the director. Okay. I say, hey, speaking of words, do you know what the word queef means? Said it by accident. When I tell you my boss, she don't turn red. She don't. I don't know how she does it, but she don't. But this time she did. And I saw her face. And then she was like, close the door. I said, oh my God, what have I done? I said, it's not a good word, is it? She was like, Evelyn, oh my God, how do I even begin to explain this to you? She was like, you don't know what it is. And I'm like, no. She was like, because the way you asked me, like I could tell you were so innocent, like you really don't know. I was like, no. And then I kind of time passed. I forgot to Google it. Girl, I did say it out loud. It was by accident though. I'm gonna try to avoid it. She was like, and she told me what it was, y'all. I was like, oh my God. And then I got a little bit perturbed because I said, all my friends was there in the chat. And nobody, I asked the people, I pulled it up on the screen. Can y'all tell me? I even read it. I remember reading what the thing was, just like you pull over something that you read it. When I tell you, my boss was in a full like, then of course now we got to tell the deputy, the story. It was, I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. Okay. It's 1:44. It's almost time for our raffle. I've got one last thing to share with y'all. Okay. Trap air. Girl, I was so ashamed. Do you hear me? It was one of the most embarrassing things. Not only am I on the World Wide Web on a freaking live with it, but now I done told my boss. Oh, I said our relationship done went to a whole new level, baby, off of this question. But I didn't know. I want to show y'all one last thing and we're gonna do the raffle. Okay? 1 second. So y'all remember mentioned briefly. I'm gonna be right back in the camera view in just a second. So I had mentioned briefly that when these young adults was gonna be moving out, that we're gonna be doing some things. But I'm not waiting to pull. Don't say that word. I'm not waiting to get the things that I need for my office. Okay. My office is not at the caliber of decor that I want it to be in. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a nice desk. I have a nice chair and stuff like that. But the stuff that y'all can't see, But I saw one of the most wonderful things on the Amazon storefront. I saw where you can get the 3D wall art because I've seen people have like the soundproofing stuff on their walls. But I was like, I don't want the stuff to look like you're in a recording studio. I need me something like a little bit sophisticated. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, look what I bought. It's called 3D wall art. So these panels, because so here's what I was thinking. I wanted two backdrops, like permanent, because this is wallpaper that I put in last year, peel and stick wallpaper, but it's textured. So it feels really good and looks good on camera. And so I wanted another wall in my office so that like when I'm doing hauls and stuff, I can kind of flip it, a dark background and a light. So look at these beauties that I bought. Y'all see that? So these panels you affix to the wall. So there's multiple ones of these. It's a 19 by 19, I believe. And so you can imagine these and how they fill up a space. I cannot wait for this little DIY project. You heard me. I cannot wait. So in a video coming soon, you will have a different backdrop for some of my videos. And I just wanted to share that. They are 3D, Carol. They're 3D. Yeah. Okay. Let me go up in the chat and then we're going to do this last round of giveaway for the $50 Express gift card. And then we'll be on our way. And where was I? 141. Go up. 141. Hey, Twan. Thank you for being here. Twan says, hey, Evelyn. Darium saying, hey to Twan. Twan saying, hey, everyone. Tommy's Girl Fit Life. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers on Tommy Girl Fit Life, Twan. Such a great job. Everybody saying, hey. Darium says, now you can't unsee it, huh? Cookie. Oh, Darium says, hey, Phoebe. Darian says hello to anyone who I didn't see. People are saying hello. Oh, Vanessa says sorry, that was a number. No sorries needed, Vanessa. You good? We're about to do another a giveaway in just a second. Grace is saying hey to Twan. Okay, people just saying hello. Hello, hello, hello. If you are new to my channel and you like the content, I would very much appreciate it. I'm on the road to 500 subs so that I can make that first tier of monetization. I would certainly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing and liking this live while you're here. I appreciate you for being here too and spending a little bit of my birthday with me. Cookie says, I wish I had Google last week during the live so I could. Cookie, I was so ashamed. I'm like, Evelyn, how could you? How? This go to show you, multi-degree don't mean a thing. I had no idea what that word meant. No idea. And then when my boss, of all people, my boss is the one who told me that. And I'm like, how do you know? That's what I told her. I said, how do you know the definition? She was like, I don't know how I know, but I know. It was hilarious. People were just saying hello. I'm glad that I can laugh about it though. Cookie says, let her know it wasn't a good word. I mean, yeah, for sure. I know. Grace, what can I say? Okay, messed up on that one. Yes, Hargerine. She's in OMG. Exactly. Right. 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 This is correct. This is correct. I was like, oh my God, it's like a fart. Oh my God. Oh, y'all should have seen my face. Y'all should have seen my face. Oh no, don't worry about it, Felicia Maribi. It was a learning experience, and thankfully we are able to laugh at it. Darius says that's crazy. Glad you found out for sure. Yeah, Miriam, it was wild. The things we find out on this internet. Gosh darn it. She said it's trapped up. Right, right, right. One slick move, and there you go. Grace says, flip the camera, the nose that people want to see. Oh my God. Oh, girl, I would flip the camera, Grace, but some people are very comfortable with showing everything. Grace, I'm just not. Like my stuff, it's kind of like having y'all over for company. So like if I had y'all over in real life, I would make sure my bathroom is clean, the toilet scrub, like certain things. You put out the good towels, you make sure that your house is a certain way. This is just how I am in real life. I tend to copy how I am in real life in the virtual arena. So I want to be as real as possible. But me being real as possible is like I wouldn't show y'all and come have y'all over to my house and it be messy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't flip the camera. But if it's clean, now when I do the before and after video from the thing, you'll get a snippet then. But right now, girl, I can't do it. Um, oh, you referring to the 3D? I know. I can't wait to see what it looks like. But I'm actually a pretty good like craft person. I do really good with putting things together. I don't do well with paint and things like that, but if it's something to deal with like a wrench, I gotta be careful. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about tools because I don't want to say nothing. The bottom line is I'm actually pretty handy. Carol says they look 3D. Yes, ma'am. And I think I confirmed they are. They are 3D. And honestly, like I bought they're 20 in a box and they're pretty big. So if you have a small space, because my office is not big, it's a very small room. Um, it can cover the wall, with probably I would say I ordered 4 boxes, but I probably can do 2.5 to cover the wall that I have in mind. Hey Jen, welcome back. And Jen, I think you got a live schedule today. I saw pop up. RG says nice. Right saying hello. Okay. Okay. People saying hello. Let me make sure I'm good. How are you at watch hours? Twan is asking me. I'm at year today 1100 and something when I checked this morning, Twan. So I know I got some catching up to do, but I got a slight plan since I'm off so many days for our anniversary. So I have a slight plan that hopefully works to get me caught up next week. Grace says, Cookie, please tell me how you would have described that here on the live chat. Yeah, well, I just would have said Evelyn. It's not a good word. It is not a compliment. I'll tell you about it offline. That's what I would have said if I knew what it was. Grace says, that's me. Hubby hates having people over because we have to deep clean. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're gonna entertain somebody, you have to. I have to anyway, for my own peace of mind. It's not about the company because most of my company don't care, but it's like my own peace of mind. Go and check out my shorts when you get a chance. TT is telling you, saying hello. Will you be live putting it up? Me. I'm thinking about it. That's one of my ideas is that I'm going to show the whole process because you got to make sure the wall surface is clean first and stuff like that. So the whole process is definitely going to be very long. So it could turn into a pretty good live while I interact. That's one of the ideas that I have. But if I do that, it's not going to be till next weekend. So we'll see. Hardy is agreeing with Mimi saying that'll be a good idea. Thank you. Got the co-signing, so yeah. JC says I do. It will be short, just my 6-month Zepbound update. Ask me anything. Okay, all right. So y'all see Jen, she does have a live schedule today. So after this, um, yeah, shortly she's going on. Darian says that's a great question. Grace, I don't know how I would describe it in it. So not described it, like if you knew what it meant, not described it, but like just said, hey, it's definitely not a good word. I have to hit you up later. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll play your live and watch list if you have any. Thank you. Thank you so much, Twan. I appreciate you. And then Twan says, okay, TT. All right, perfect. Got through the chat. Let's get on with the last one because I got to get to my facial anyway. Okay, again, this is for a $50 digital gift card to Express. You cannot win twice. Callie was the winner number 1. We're getting ready for winner number 2. A quick review of the rules. You must be present to win. You must send me an email if I don't have it already of where you want me to send the digital gift card to by end of day today. If you do not, then you forfeit. Just because I just don't have time. It's my birthday. Let me get it done. Okay, let's be efficient. The other thing is, I said present to win. You must be subscribed to my channel. Okay, these are all the eligibility factors. And then the last one is just an ask from me. It's just to pay it forward. You know, this is an opportunity for me to give back because I do love being a blessing to other people. But just pay it forward. Do something kind for another person. Let's keep the momentum going. Okay. The other piece is I am using the wheel here. That was the winning number last time. I'm going to clear that out. This wheel has the numbers 1 through 48. The last round, there were several numbers that were not even on the wheel. Okay. The numbers are 1 through 48. After I type in and you see the word go in the comment section, then every number that's after that, right, is what counts. Every number that's after the word go in the chat is what counts. You can put a number 1 through 48. I'm going to spin the little digital wheel. After this chat slows all the way down, I will reveal what the number is, and the first person under the word go will be the recipient of the digital gift card. Are there any questions before we start this last round? Thank you for the birthday wishes, Callie Bell. Are there any questions before we start this last round of the giveaway? Any questions? And again, it's for a $50 digital gift card to Express. Okay, I'll give it a few more seconds. I don't see anybody that has a question yet. So, okay, please, no one put anything in the comments until I put in go, because that just helps me see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this one. And now I'm going to spin the wheel. Let me see. Can y'all see that? Press and go. Okay, it's spinning. I will reveal it, what the number is, after a second. Okay, chat still going with guesses. And again, it's the first person that gets closest to the number that's on the wheel. Okay, chat is slowing down. Now, once you guess, that's it. I should have said no multiple guess, but what happens? Okay. All right, chat is slowing up. Okay, I'm seeing multiple people repeat. Okay. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay. Looks like everybody in here in the chat has entered at least one time. Okay. So I'm going to ask you all to pause your entries now. Let me go back up and check. Oh, still had a guest come in. I'm going to show you the number that came up on the wheel. Okay. Can I have y'all pause the guessing now? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Here's the number for this spin. Will you see that? Okay. Let me go back up and let's see. It's going to be the closest number to 15. So let's see. Let me go back up to the word go. The closest number to 15. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna pull them on the screen. So I'm gonna start 158. I put in the word go. Okay. The next one we have is Carol with the number 23. The Boss Way with 48. Oops, show. Mimi with 24. Okay. Felicia with 23. Okay. Shayna with the number 10. Okay. Let me just 1 second. Okay. So far, Shayna, let me just, because it's the number closest to 15 or the number 15. So let's keep going. So Shayna was at 10. Okay, Grace was at 39. Oh, that was close. TT is at 14. Okay, we got TT in the building. Okay, and not as close as that's one off of 15. Did anybody say 15? Okay, I'm gonna skip over because TT right now is the closest at the number 14. Let me see if anybody said 15. Jen said 16. That's close too. Did anybody say, wow? Somebody said 15, and it was Mimi. Woo! Great job, Mimi. Guess the number. So we had Callie. He won the first round. He had the number 32 exactly. It was the same number that pulled up, and we have Mimi as our second winner of the Express gift card. Mimi, congratulations. Thank you so much for playing. Let me get down to the comments and see what you all said. Um, Okay, people are congratulating you, me. Good job. Don't forget, please email me. Here's my email. I'm going to add it to the chat right now again. Beautiful dot I am colored at gmail.com. Make sure I type that right. Yep. It's also on my description page, Mimi. But Mimi, please email me to ensure that I email the digital gift card to you properly. You have till end of day today to get it to me. So please, please, please make sure you get your email over to me, and I will ensure that you get that $50 digital gift card today. Um, and that's just to say thank you for being here. I had so much fun for my birthday, guys. Thank you for being here. I think, yeah, it looks like, okay. Okay. I was just making sure I didn't miss anything else. Thank you again for being here and celebrating a part of my birthday with me. Oh, you said 15 too? Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Twan, you said 15? Let me go up. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what the timestamp was. Okay, at 2 o'clock, you said you and Mimi. Let's see. Because if we have a runoff, then I have to spin the wheel again. Okay, let's see. 15. Oh, Linda said 15 at 1:59. Okay, that was 1:59. I'm searching for. Okay, I see. Twan, you said 15 at 1:58. Mimi said 15 at. Let me go back up. Hold on a second. I'm still checking the chat. Mimi said 15 at 1:58. Okay. So we plug in my power cord real quick. So thank you for flagging me. Okay, so both Mimi and Twan from Tommy Girls Fit Life both said 15 at the same timestamp. We are gonna have okay with just the two who tied. So thank you for bringing that to my attention because I reached Mimi's in the chat first, who I saw first, but the timestamp is exactly the same. So let's do a runoff. Mimi, and just tell me in the chat. Twan and Mimi, are you both still here? Callie says Mimi should win because I saw it in the chat first. Are y'all still here? And you're right, Sean. Hear the rule. The timestamp is the same, but in the chat, let me just say the order of the chat, Mimi's was first. So it was the same time, but Mimi's was first. I don't want no drama at all. Okay, let me scroll up. Hold on. Okay. Juan is saying, I just hopped in. Happy birthday. Thank you, LaFay. Okay. Okay, so you didn't hear the rule about the order, like it have to be the first one that I read undergo. So are all hearts and minds clear then? We can call it? Because Mimi, I did see your email pop up. Twan, are you good? If you're still here? Okay. All right. Thank you, Twan. All right. Y'all stay smiling now. I wish I could give something to each and every one of you. I promise you I do. But thank you all for again for being here, for being a good sport. Thank you for putting Mimi. I already got your email. So thank you for sending that. I will send that after I close out. I'm gonna head on out to get my facial. Again, thank you for being here. I hope y'all have a great afternoon. I'll see some of you all, I'm sure, later. Jen, have a great live. I'll try to listen in on my ride to get my facial. Um, hey, Lisa, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. Uh, oh, thank you, Jen. That's so sweet. I'm going to go ahead and log off now so that I can wrap up and enjoy the rest of my birthday. I don't know if I'm going to be on tonight because I don't know what all my family has planned for me. If I can pop into lives, I will. But if not, you know where I am celebrating my birthday. And again, I thank you all for being here. Have a great day, everyone. This was so much fun. See you next time. Bye.